The Lord is my shepherd, I shall lack nothing. Prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. I am not diminishing your enemy in your life. I'm just saying, as long as you're breathing, that you have a table that God has prepared for you before, in the presence of your enemies, that you might resist the enemy and that you don't give him a seat at your table. 1 Corinthians 10:21 says, you cannot drink the cup of the Lord and the cup of demons too. You cannot have a part in both the Lord's table and the table of demons. This is either God's table or it's the enemy's table, and you cannot share it. It's either God's drink or your drink, and you cannot share it. It cannot partake of two masters. You must choose this day whom you will serve. And I promise you, if you let God be your shepherd, you will lack nothing. What happens is, when you take the devil's provisions, your cup that once overflowed ends up dry and empty. You started with a full cup that overflowed. You wanted nothing, and you partake of the devil's food and the devil's drink, and you eat that fruit, and you allow that fruit to plant seeds in your life that bring up more harvests of thorns and thistles and brokenness and emptiness and unedible things in your life, and you find out why you're so empty and spiritually anemic and spiritually anorexic. Your spirit is starving to death because you've allowed the devil to give you a cup that is empty and dry, and you are left in a dry place surrounded by your enemies with no provision. When you follow God, is that God can defeat your enemy without a single sword to discourage him, but I will raise him up. You meant to make him fear, but I will put boldness in his heart, because my rod gives him the safety to stand against you. You meant to defeat him, but I've given him the victory. You told him he was nothing, and I told him that I would die for him all over again. You don't need to fight when you have a God that'll lay down his life for you. Amen? So what kind of food does he prepare on this table for you? He prepares for you the living water. He says, drink of my cup and you'll never be thirsty again. He's the bread of life. In him there is fullness. So if you eat and drink of what the Lord has set for you on his table, you'll never be thirsty again.